Hi, welcome to ContractAce.com. In this tutorial, let us have a look at the various options available for preparing a tender document or a contract document. For that, you have to first log in to your account and go to the tender section, where you will find a list of all the tenders which you have prepared till date. ContractAce provides 5 options for preparing new tenders. The first option is creating a new tender from scratch. The second option is to import a tender which has been prepared by an expert and sent to you. The third option is to use a standard template provided by the platform to create a tender for your new project. The fourth option is to use one of the customized template which your organization has developed and create a new tender document using this customized template. And lastly, you can always copy an existing old project and modify it to suit the current requirement. So let us now look at the first option, which is creating a tender document from scratch. You will be using this option only during the initial stages. However, as you start using the platform and build up sufficient data, you will be mostly using an old project or a customized template for creating new tender documents. To make a new tender document from scratch, you will need to click on the Add button, which will open up a form for adding tender name and tender number. These will be displayed in the header and the footer area of the printed document. Hence, it is advisable to develop a proper numbering system and naming system for the contract document. Once you have added the tender number and tender name, you will need to click on the Add Tender button to create a new tender. All your tender documents will be listed on this page with the button to open and preview it shown next to the name. The 3 dots on the right side of the button will open up 4 additional editing buttons. With these additional buttons, you can edit the title of the document, the document number, delete the tender, and export the tender document. Once you click on the Open button, it will open up the tender editor where you can create the actual tender for issuing it to bidders. The editor has a default tab which can be edited and renamed. New tabs can be created by clicking on the Add New Tabs button. These tabs are for various sections of the contract, such as the form of agreement, scope of work, specification, pricing preamble, BOQ, etc. Once the outline of the contract document and the sections required are finalized, you can start adding fields for contents to each of these tabs. These fields are classified into 5 categories, namely the headings, the forms, tables, paragraphs, and lists. After adding the fields, you can edit them by clicking on the Start Editing button. On clicking this button, it will open up a basic editor which can be used for formatting your contract document. After you have done editing the field, you can save it by clicking on the Action button and saving it. If at any point of time you need to add a new field or change the order of the fields, you can do that by clicking on the Stop Editing button, which will bring up the Fields menu, and then you can make the necessary changes. Once you have done creating the tender or wish to save it at any point of time, you can go to the Action button and click on Save. You can close the tender and go back to the tender list by clicking on the Back button. But always remember to save before closing the document so that your work is not lost. In the subsequent sessions, we shall go through the details of each of these fields and the Action button. Thank you.